In the world of tech, there is one thing that excites me more than pretty much anything else, and it's electric vehicles. And today I'm looking at my very first electric bike on this channel. This is the HeyBike Ranger. I've had it for a few weeks and it really surprised me. So today we're gonna go over some of the top line specs on this bike. We'll go for a test ride, and then I'll kind of give you my final thoughts on this thing, pros and cons. Where does this bike fit in the electric vehicle market? Quickly though, a few top line specs here. This is a class 3 electric bike, which means that it can go up to 28 miles per hour with that pedal assist before it kind of has to govern itself. Now, notably, no top speed is listed on this bike, but when we take it for a test ride, I'll show you what I've been getting in the last few weeks, and it's more than I thought I was gonna get. But the HeyBike Ranger has a 500 watt brushless hub motor, has a 48 volt 15 amp hour battery. Now that 15 amp hour battery is gonna give you between 37 and 48 miles of range. Obviously, it's depending on how much of that pedal assist you're using. Are you pedaling much, or are you just kind of rocking the throttle the whole way? And then of course, it also depends on uphills, downhills, all that sort of stuff. That battery takes between 5 and 6 hours to charge up to get that full range of 37 to 48 miles. And this bike weighs 70.5 pounds, which sounds like a lot, but like getting in and out of the van, not that bad. And this bike, it's foldable. Hold on. So it's got this little floppy bit here. You unhook that, and then the whole bike just folds. It folds in half. You do a whole thing, the handlebars fold down, you can put it in the trunk of your car. Now, I of course haven't had to use that function because I have the van, but if you had like a smaller SUV or something like that, you could fold this bike up, chuck it in your trunk. Again though, you gotta be able to lift 70.5 pounds. Also notable, this bike has a 330 pound load capacity, so good for bigger fellas. There's a multifunction display on there that shows battery capacity, speedometer, odometer, watt meter, which I don't think I really understand the watt meter, but it's on there. It's got a 7-speed Shimano gear system on there, which it's kind of a basic, like base level Shimano system, but it's still Shimano, so it's good stuff. We got 20-inch tires on there that are 4 inches wide, which is kind of an all-terrain tire, but it's also just nice that it gives you a lot more cushion. This bike is incredibly comfortable to ride. It's got those tires, but it also, can you see it has like a little spring underneath the seat? The seat has its own little spring, which I know is an option on other bikes, but it comes standard on the HeyBike Ranger. And the last major thing to point out on this bike is the forks up front. It has that little springy bit on the seat, so that's like the rear suspension, but it actually has a really good front suspension, and the front suspension is lockable. So you can unlock it and it can bounce, and then you can lock it up, so it's hard if you're pedaling uphill. All right, I'm gonna gear up. We'll get this bike out on the road, and we'll see how far we go. I got it at 100% right now, so I should be able to get good top speeds, and I will test most of its range. Again, I don't know that I'm gonna go. Even the base range of 37 miles is a ton, up to 48 miles. Again, that's based on pedal assist, hills, and all that kind of stuff. We're kind of flat here. We're at the beach today. It's not sunny, but I am at the beach. All right, let's get geared up, and then we'll talk more once we're on the bike. Okay, multiple recording devices active. Let's see what the HeyBike Ranger can do. All right, HeyBike Ranger. So we've had this bike, like I said, for about, I'm gonna say 3 weeks. And I think Morgan's probably ridden it much more than I have, actually, because she loves this thing. Pretty much anytime she can get a chance to hop out of the house and go take this thing for a ride, she does. But one thing that we did right off the bat, you can see here on the little speedometer bit here, it comes default with 3 presets. So 1, 2, and 3, those are the different pedal assists, how much it's gonna help you. And basically that just takes the 100% possible of pedal assist and divides it by 3. Now I switched that pretty quickly when I found out that you can make it 0 to 7. Now the reason I did 0 to 7 is it just gives me a lot more kind of honability, I guess it is, between that 100%. So with 1 through 3, we kind of found that 1, not really enough at all. 2, kind of just on that border of maybe too much, but not enough. And 3 being just way too much. So switching it from 0 to 3 to 0 to 7 means that I can take that 100% of the possible power and divide that up. Now another thing with these gears is there's 7 gears here, And I would say, I wish I had more, I guess. I don't know. I get to the top 7th gear and I feel like I'm kind of running out of pedal, if that makes sense, especially if all the pedal assist is on. So right now we're cruising along like 17, 18 miles an hour. I would say that's probably the speed that feels most comfortable on this. Like it feels like I am still pedaling a little bit. I'm in speed assist 4 out of 7. I'm on gear 7 here. And I'm on like a little bit of a downhill, but I'm definitely pedaling a little bit. And I would say I could probably pedal like this all day because it's just not much energy output. But if I crank this all the way up to 7 on a downhill, I kind of like run out of pedal. Like there's nothing there. I'm doing almost nothing. We're going 24 miles an hour, 25. And you know, kind of when you're, like if you put your bike in a low gear and you pedal as fast as you can, it feels real wonky. I feel that right now, and we're at 25. And if I really get crazy on it, let's get pedal as hard as I can. There's 26. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, all right, so we hit 26. Pedaling as hard as I can, but again, if I had a couple extra gears to go to, I feel like I could go faster. Now, also of note here though, this bike can just do straight throttle, so I've got a throttle right here. Let's just crank our gears back up to full power at 7, and now I can just use the throttle to cruise along. So I'm on a flat ground, mind you, but I'm going 21 miles an hour on throttle alone. Oh, 22, no pedaling at all. That is pretty freaking awesome. I would say cruising around maybe half the time I just use throttle, and I definitely use throttle to start the bike. Like when you first get going off a curb or something like that, I just throttle it, get up to speed, then start pedaling. I'm gonna try to tape up a 360 camera on here. I don't really have like a bar. Like if there was a bar going this way, I could easily tape it, but I'm just gonna try to tape it right here. Oh, these saddlebags, by the way, do not come with the bike. These are not part of the bike. You gotta buy those extra. No idea. I'll put on the screen how much they are though. They are super useful though. I would say if you are gonna buy this bike, get those saddlebags because they're dope. I will not say that this is gonna be the most secure mount for a 360 camera, but it'll be on there. Look, I'll just do this a bunch of times. Yeah, totally working. Probably. I feel like that might look silly, sticking out the front of my bike, but I bet this shot is pretty cool. Let's get you. Oh, this is fun. I'm chasing down a real cycler. He's just straight pedaling. He doesn't have any assist. Oh, I'm gonna go past him. I'm gonna feel bad. I'm gonna wait until we're through this turn. That is for sure a funny thing about electric bikes in general, is that real cyclers, like people that are pedal biking, they don't like electric bikes, or they feel bitter. They're like, man, you're not earning your ride. But it's just fun. I just like having fun. And electric bikes, man, they're fun. All right, I'm gonna make the pass. Turn it up to 7. Here we go. Hang on, Goose, we're gonna fly right by. I don't know why I feel so guilty about that, but I do. Like, he's working so hard and I am just not. Now I'm really cruising. I'm just throttling at 25 miles an hour. So as far as why this bike surprised me so much is that it's not like one of those race bikes that you see advertised everywhere, like these bikes that can go 40 and 50 miles an hour. This is a bike that with pedal assist, you get up to about 25, 26, 27. I think I've hit 28 a couple of times on this bike. So you're not flying, but you don't need all that power to just go out and have a good time. It reminds me of Bird scooters. You know, like those Bird scooters that you just rent in the app? It's kind of like that, where you're like, we're just having so much fun. Every time I rent one of those scooters and I start bombing around, I'm not going fast. I'm not like breaking speed records, just having a good time. And that's what this bike feels like. This bike is just a good time. All right, I gotta go pick up Eleanor from preschool soon, so I'm gonna take a quick lap around the village. We've already gone 5 miles. I'll get a few more miles in around the village. Maybe I'll hit 10 miles, and then we'll go back to the house and chat. Kind of final thoughts on this thing. Pros and cons of the HeyBike Ranger. Is this the bike for you? Okay, let's wrap this video up with the HeyBike Ranger. Oh, geez, no. Okay, final thoughts on the HeyBike Ranger. I would say that this is the kind of bike that is for 80 to 90% of the electric bike purchasers out there, because it has plenty of power and plenty of range. And unless you're in that very small group of people that wants like the crazy fastest or the craziest longest distance ever, this is probably the bike for you. Okay, pros. The price is probably the main pro. This thing is $1,399, and for something that has a 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery, has a 500 watt motor in there, I don't think there's a better bike on the market. I've looked around quite a bit, and I honestly think this might be the best bike at that price. And like I said, plenty of power, plenty of range. Today I went 12 miles on the HeyBike Ranger, and I only went through 1 of 4 battery bars. So I would say somewhere around that 40 miles is probably what I was gonna get today, but I'm telling you, I was mostly on either full pedal assist or just throttling all day, and I still only used 1 bar going 12 miles. And then I also love the saddlebags. If you buy this bike, I would say there's 2 things you should do right away. 1, get the saddlebags, because they're just so useful. We make trips to the grocery store all the time just to pick up little things that you need, throw them in the saddlebags, ride on home. Your hands are totally free to, steer the bike. And then the second thing you should do is immediately switch pedal assist from 0 to 3 to 0 to 7. It is such a better experience having those smaller intervals of pedal assist to be able to switch through. And then last in my pros list is the battery. It's removable. Check this out. The battery, the seat itself flips up, and then you turn the key and you can take out the battery. So this whole battery unit slides out. I can take it inside. I can charge my bike up. Oh, geez, oh, Pete. We almost lost the bike. So the whole battery unit is removable though, so you can bring it inside to charge it up. But also, this is the most expensive component on this bike. The components on the bike are it's just a normal bicycle. But this bit is kind of what makes it expensive. So if you're gonna lock your bike up outside or something like that, you can pop this bad boy out, little handle on top, and you can carry that inside anywhere you go. And then there's like a little rail bit, and it just kind of slides back in and the seat flops back down. All right, then as far as cons on the HeyBike Ranger, I don't really have a lot of cons. The throttle lever is plastic. I kind of wish that was aluminum. And then the components are kind of like, again, your base level components. So they're not like your high-end Shimano shifters and different gear sets. They're just, kind of your entry-level stuff. But again, for a bike that can do 28 miles an hour and go 30 to 40 miles, I'll take that for $1,399. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So I want to hear what you think about the HeyBike Ranger, about its speed, about its range, where you think this thing fits in the market for you guys. Is this the kind of bike that makes more sense for your life? Or are you that teeny tiny percentage of people that is like, I want a race bike that can go super fast and super far? For my money, for $1,399, I would like to get that. I actually want to get another one because, like I said, Morgan, she just steals this one all the time, and I don't ever get to ride it. But she's not here today, so I'm gonna go for another ride. You guys comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about the HeyBike Ranger, and let me know if there's any other bikes or electric vehicles that you want to see reviewed on the channel, because I want to do more of that. I love electric vehicles. They're the best. And this one's pretty fun. Pedal assist level 7. Throttle all day. Woo! Here we go. Yes. Where are you guys gonna go? Are you guys going for a walk?
They want to really go for a walk.
Zoe wants to go for a walk?
Really bad.
Really wants to go for a walk. Okay, have fun on the walk.
Say bye-bye.
Bye, Penny.
Dad.
Have fun. I can charge my bike up. Oh, geez, oh, Pete.